The jungle moon of Kelhari 9 had a reputation across the Galactic Council. Beautiful, deadly, and utterly unforgiving to outsiders. Its canopy stretched 300 meters high, filtering the twin suns into an emerald twilight. Beneath that verdant ceiling, 10,000 species of flora exhaled toxins that could drop a Krathan warbeast in seconds. The Council had marked it as a Class 7 death world, forbidden to all but the most desperate or the most foolish. Arya was neither. She was simply human. She moved through the undergrowth with practiced ease, her boots barely disturbing the moss-covered ground. Her weathered pack contained soil samples, atmospheric readings, and half a dozen emergency medical kits, standard equipment for a xenobotanist working alone in hostile territory. The Council called her work reckless resource surveying. Arya called it Tuesday. The scream cut through the jungle's ambient hum like a serrated blade. Arya froze, every sense sharpening. That wasn't the hunting call of a predator, or the territorial shriek of a tree dweller. It was pain, raw and desperate. Young pain. She ran. Breaking through a curtain of hanging vines, Arya stumbled into a small clearing. There, collapsed against the trunk of a blackwood tree, lay a Kelhari cub. The species was rare. A feline-like race known for their intelligence, their four-armed grace, and their extreme vulnerability to off-world toxins. This one couldn't have been more than 5 standard years old. Its silver-blue fur matted with sweat, all 4 arms clutching at its throat. Hey, easy, Arya whispered, dropping to her knees beside the cub. Its eyes, wide and violet, locked onto hers with fading hope. The cub's translator collar crackled. Human? The voice was small, terrified. Tivi. I'm Tivi, please burning. Arya's trained eye swept the scene. Scattered near Tivi's feet were the unmistakable crimson berries of a nightshade variant, one of Kelhari 9's most insidious killers. The poison was already in the cub's system, racing toward its heart. Arya had perhaps 5 minutes before irreversible damage occurred. Maybe less. Her medical kit contained broad-spectrum antivenoms, but nothing specific enough for Kelhari physiology combined with this particular toxin. The nearest medical facility was 3 days away by shuttle. Standard protocol said she should make Tivi comfortable and call for retrieval of remains. Arya had never been good at following protocol. Her mind raced through her botanical surveys, months of cataloging Kelhari 9's ecosystem. There a memory surfaced. A route she documented 6 weeks ago, growing near acidic streams. The local tree dwellers consumed it after eating toxic insects. She'd noted its enzymatic properties, the way it broke down complex alkaloids. It was a theory. An untested, desperate theory based on observational data and human intuition. Tivi, Arya said firmly, gripping one of the cub's small hands. I need you to trust me. Can you do that? The cub's breathing was shallow, rapid. Council, says humans, dangerous. Yeah, we are. Arya's smile was tight. But right now, I'm all you've got. She sprinted to her pack, pulling out her sample kit. With shaking hands, she located the container she needed. A segment of pale yellow root, fibrous and pungent. She'd collected it from the stream bank, preserved it in stasis gel for later study. No time for study now. Arya cracked open the container and bit directly into the root. The taste exploded across her tongue, bitter, astringent, like chewing on liquid fire and old leather. Her saliva immediately began breaking down the root's cellular structure, releasing the enzymes she desperately hoped would work. She chewed, grinding the root between her molars, mixing it with her own digestive enzymes. The human mouth, evolution's first chemical laboratory. 10 seconds. 20. Her mouth burned, but she kept chewing, kept mixing, kept trusting 4 billion years of evolutionary biochemistry. Tivi's eyes were closing. Arya spat the pulped root into her palm, a gray-green paste gleaming with saliva. She turned back to the dying cub. Open your mouth, Tivi, trust me. The cub's violet eyes flickered open one last time. In that gaze, Arya saw the universal calculation every sentient species made in their final moments. The weighing of odds, the acceptance of fate, the tiny flame of hope that refused to die. Tivi opened their mouth. Arya pressed the paste onto the cub's tongue, then gently closed Tivi's jaw. Swallow. Come on, little one, swallow. The cub's throat convulsed. Once. Twice. Arya held Tivy close, feeling the small body trembling against her chest. She whispered nonsense comfort words, the same sounds humans had used to soothe frightened young for millennia. I've got you. You're okay. I've got you. 30 seconds passed. A minute. Tivy's breathing changed. The desperate, shallow gasps began to deepen. The trembling lessened. Color returned to the cub's gums. 4 small hands, which had been clutching in agony, slowly relaxed. The burning. Tivy whispered. It's stopping. Arya felt tears she hadn't known she was holding spill down her cheeks. Yeah, it's stopping. You chewed that? Tivy's voice held wonder now, strength returning with each breath. Why? Because that's what humans do, Arya said softly. We see someone dying and we don't calculate odds or check protocols or wait for authorization. We just act. Tivy pulled back enough to look up at Arya with those incredible violet eyes. The council says humans are dangerous because you're unpredictable. Because you don't follow rules. Arya laughed, exhausted and relieved. They're not wrong. They also say, Tivy continued, all 4 hands now gripping Arya's jacket, that humans are dangerous because you can't be stopped once you decide someone is worth saving. Yeah, Arya whispered, holding the cub close as Kelhari 9's twin sons painted the canopy above them in shades of gold and amber. They're right about that too. 3 weeks later, when the council rescue team finally arrived, they found Arya and Tivy alive, healthy, and teaching each other's languages. The report filed by the Velhari Diplomatic Corps would send ripples across the galaxy. A human had saved a council citizen using nothing but indigenous materials, improvised biochemistry, and sheer stubborn refusal to accept death. The report included a single recommendation: humanity's quarantine status should be reconsidered. Any species that would chew roots for a dying alien child was either insane or exactly the kind of ally the galaxy needed. Perhaps, the report concluded, they were both.